Hi Hans and welcome back to my channel. Today's video brings us to the third Halloween video of 2020 on Glam by Gal YouTube channel made by me. Question is, have you noticed the little quirky changes I've made to my two videos that I've done so far? If you haven't, then I've changed my logo on it, on my Instagram as well, and I have put spooky background music on. However, one of my friends did tell me that it sounds like a circus music, not Halloween. I beg to differ, it's alright. So, another exciting video. I literally say this every time. I'm trying to think of other things that I can say other than exciting, but this one is very glam yet Halloweeny. It's not like vile or scary, or not that any of my Halloween looks are scary, because I'm not about that, which is why you're on this channel watching my videos. It involves gold, and a lot of gold, which you could probably tell from the picture in the thumbnail. Don't want to do your head in too much. Not going to tell you to subscribe because I say that every single video, but subscribe. I hope you thoroughly enjoy it. I'm going to do this in the best, most easiest way possible. It's not that complicated, this look, but it probably will take some time, as do most Halloween looks. So sit back, sit tight and enjoy the ride. First up, it's the Pixie Glow Tonic Toner, and this is a really crucial step in starting off your makeup, whatever makeup you're doing, because you want to make sure you've got a clear, fresh, refreshed base for any look that you're doing. And then we move on to the black face paint, and I'm using this to start with so that I map out the division of the face in the same way that I did it in my Devil and Angel makeup video that you saw last week, well, a few days ago. I'm drawing out everything before I start the actual process. So with my OCD, I make sure both circles of the eyes and both lines for the jawline are as identical as they can be. Obviously, you're never going to get it 100%. And the way I'm doing it is with a fine brush, and I'm just winging it, but obviously making sure that it's almost perfect, because it would kill me if it isn't. As we're doing a skeleton, the eyes and the jaw lines are crucial because we're going to paint around it. The nose bit was probably the most irritating part to do because it's so hard to do the nose, but I got there in the end. I then go down to draw the vertebrae, or the bones of the where your neck is. I honestly have no idea what they are. And then your collarbones. So you know, to draw all of this and to get the idea of where the skeleton parts need to go, I actually looked up on Google skeleton drawing, and they're the lines that I basically followed. So really, you can't go wrong with that. Here I'm using the fabulous gold pigment from Meron Cosmetics, and I must tell you, this product is to die for. Look at the shine, look at how metallic it comes out. I'm seriously obsessed, and I can't wait to have another look to use it with, because I literally cannot get enough and can't stop staring at this gold. So to do this bit, which was definitely not as hard as it was to outline the nose, I'm using the black face and body paint by Snazaroo, but I did think that it's a bit too faint, so after I filled it in with that, I just went in with a gel liner. After all, we want it to be proper dark, proper black and proper skeletal. Before you go on to the next step, make sure you're happy with the amount of gold that is on your face. If you feel like you need to go over it twice, then do so. I did at certain points, but not the whole thing. Next, I'm just using foundation only where you see flesh, because you've got to really know where else to use it. And this almost acts as like a base, because we're going to blend and smoke and shadow literally everywhere, guys. So the one place I didn't put foundation on was around my eyes and eyebrows because they are quite small. So I just went in with a concealer and a concealer brush, and very, very carefully, so that I don't get it on the black lines of the eyes, I put concealer everywhere. And this also acts as a base because you won't really see much of it. Next up, we want to make the black lines really black and really, really dark. As you can see, they have fainted in the process of painting the gold on, and no, we do not want that. So I'm using a black eyeliner just to go over where I've mapped out originally, and making sure that it's very strong and you stay within the lines. Okay. So now comes probably what I would say is the longest stage of the process, which is the shadowing part. We're going to blend and create a shadow effect to the eyes, the neck, the collarbones and the jaw, because we want it to look as realistic as possible. We want it to look 3D, and we don't, and I repeat, we don't want it to look flat. For this, I'm using a black eyeshadow, which you can use from anywhere. It's just a standard black eyeshadow, and I keep going on for more. I concentrate it on the outer lines of the space, whether it's the eyes, the jawline, and so on, and I blend it inwards in this occasion, towards the eye, like an ombre effect. Once I'm happy with that, for the brows, I do exactly the same process as normal, but here I'm just using a black gel liner. I then obviously have to make my eyelid a bit special, so I'm using a gold, like a shimmery gold eyeshadow, and I'm putting it all over my eyelid, and I make sure that it's obviously blended, because shimmer can sometimes look like it's been slapped on, so we want to avoid that. And then afterwards I go in with a brown, like a dark brown eyeshadow, and I just put it in the crease where I've blended the gold shimmery eyeshadow. I obviously want to make it as dark as possible because this look is still Halloween, but of course we want it to look pretty. With the same dark brown, chocolate brown eyeshadow, I also do it on my lower lash line so that it looks darker and heavier. I then take my black eyeliner and I literally make sure that it's all over my top lash line and my bottom lash line. This doesn't have to look perfect, just make it look heavy. I did, which you'll see in a second, wing it out a bit because we love a bit of a wing. And of course, make sure you just blend that out so there's no harsh lines. Like I literally always say, I am sick of it, but it's true. And so it looks a little bit softer. Right, you might think, what the hell is she doing here, going in with the concealer again? But this is to help it look brighter so that the shadows will stand out more and we get the effect we're looking for. And also, it gives it more of a highlight. Yes, I'm using my finger because sometimes it is the best way to blend anything and everything. We all know how much I literally love highlighting the inner corner of the eye. It gives it a little pop and an extra boost. And here I'm going in and using the Marin Cosmetics gold pigment that I used on my face, just to make the look come together and to make it look even more gold than it already is. In the same way that I created the shadows on the eyes, I am now doing the same on the jaws, but in this case I'm dragging and blending it down and outwards rather than how we did it on the eyes when we went inwards. Just carry on with the black pencil and blend, blend, blend. Honestly, I've got no idea what happened to the colouring of these next couple of images, but I do think it's because I zoomed you right in so you can see my luscious lips. What I'm doing is I'm basically taking the same gold and putting it all over both the bottom and the top. I'm using concealer again just to highlight the jaw and make the shadows stand out a bit more. With my E48 brush from Morphe, I'm using a black eyeshadow and I'm literally contouring my jaw with black. And I'm doing that over and over again until I'm satisfied with the darkness. And then I move it onto my neck. So we want to make this bit as 3D as possible because otherwise it will just look a bit weird, as if like, what is that? So this is your trachea. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I'm using the gold to make it a bit more 3D because I'm about to create more shadows in a second. To boost the 3D effect a bit more, I'm taking a black eyeshadow and I'm dragging it all the way down, blending it to the collarbones and to the chest, just to make it more realistic. And literally, with a fluffy brush, just keep going with a black eyeshadow, just blend, create the shadows, blend, create the shadows over and over again until it looks as realistic as you want it to. I even added some gold to make it stand out a bit more and looking a bit more sexy. And now for the lips. I feel like without this, the look is not complete at all. It just looks a bit weird, like, what are you dressed up as for Halloween? So we're doing the teeth and I'm using a black pencil and I'm drawing the lines on the lips first. And after, I'll be dragging it onto around the lips to create the sharp angles. Okay, so I actually thought that my nose looked a bit flat and I wanted to make it look a bit more 3D. So with the gold, I filled in a teardrop shape in the middle of my nose, which actually made it look much better. Now, for the last and most fun but very messy part of the look, we're going to put gold leaf or foil, I'm not sure what to call it, on all across the front of my hair by the hairline and try and put as much as possible. This is quite a flimsy product, so it was definitely difficult to get them to stick, and it did take me quite a while. But then I used my all-time favourite things, glitter. I used the hair gel to put gold glitter in the same area where I put the gold leaf, all over it, filling in any gaps and literally packing it on because realistically you can't ever have too much glitter. So this is the final look, guys. What do you think? I'm absolutely obsessed. It obviously took me absolutely ages. Let me just see how long it actually did take me. 3.5 hours. Oh, I'm obsessed with this look, and you know what? It's literally going to come off in about 5 minutes. So I hope you've really enjoyed this one, because I definitely have. I do anything to incorporate glam into any look, especially Halloween, because you can go a bit mental and have a bit of fun with it. So I just want to say once again, thank you so much for sticking through right to the very end of this video. I had a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye guys.